Hello everybody, good morning, good evening, or good night, whatever time you are tuning into this video. My name is Zoltana and I'm with Conjure Collective. Thank you to those of you who joined me here today, whether you are new or returning. Thank you for taking the time to hold a vibe with me. So in today's video, we are doing a Think of Me 24/7 spell. Think of me constantly. I'm the only person that you can think of. So this is mainly for a love working. This can be done as part of another set of rituals. So I'm just getting my incense going. The incense that I'm using today is dragon's blood. And I also have my close to me candle lit. I don't know if you guys can see that. I just put it on a few minutes ago. Okay, so let me get into the tools and ingredients that you're going to need. So the first thing that you're going to need that's going to be very, very important is a glass of water, preferably a vase. It has to be glass, and you can fill this up with spring water, like bottled water. And if you have moon water, you can also mix that in here as well. Let me see if I could get this a little bit closer to you, so that you can see the bubbles in there. And typically when bubbles show up in water like this, especially when you're doing workings, it's to signify that spirit is present. Okay, so this vase of water here is meant to represent your person's mind, their subconscious, their brain. So this is the main thing that we're going to be working with today. Also, what you're going to need is 2 mirrors. So 2 circle mirrors, or square, as long as it covers the top of your vase, and you can also sit the vase on top of the other one. So you have your mirrors. You're going to need your petition, which I've already written. I've written the person's name, the target's name, what I want them to do, and I've enclosed it with my client's name. You're also going to need a purple candle, which I've already blessed, cleansed, and I've carved in, basically sort of another petition. These are, on the candle, you want to write the thoughts you want to put into this person's head. If you have any good memories that you want to put down on here, like keywords to jog their memory, to think about you, you can go ahead and write it on this candle. Also using a little bit of salt. Since this is a love working, I'm using pink salt, whole cloves, willow bark. Also going to use a little bit of licorice root because it's very good for domination. But this is more of like, in this particular working for this particular client, it's not that aggressive of a working, so we're trying to be a little bit sweet. This part is also optional. You can take a piece of cloth and spray your person's favorite perfume on it, or you could actually just spray the perfume in here. So we'll see what we decide to do. You're also going to need some cinnamon. Also have here some rose petals, a little bit of lavender. I'm also going to be using my close to me conjure oil, which this you can also find on my website, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And I'm also adding some of my homemade love powder to this working. If I forgot anything else, I'll be sure to mention it as I go along. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our water. Let's work on our vase first. Make sure that you can see it. So everything has been cleansed, blessed. I'm just gonna go over it one more time with our incense. And also this part is optional. You don't have to, but at the end, I'm going to be using my pendulum, and I'll show you what we do with that. So as you're going around your water, concentrate on putting in the thoughts you want. Okay, so what we're going to do first is add some of our salts. And as you add each ingredient, make sure you talk to it, you tell it what you'd like it to do. So for the salt, we want them to sort of cleanse their mind, make space for you, make space for their thoughts, their desires of only you. Next, I'm gonna add some whole cloves, not a lot. Like I said, this isn't an aggressive think of me spell. In this particular case, there are other spells that are more dominating. So just a few of these cloves. Next, cinnamon. Also tapping on the glass while you're conjuring, while you are thinking of your thoughts that you want to put into this person's mind or their thoughts. Tapping on the glass helps, sends a vibration through the water. Next, add cinnamon. Cinnamon is always good for love, luck, attraction. So I'm actually gonna spray this cloth and put it in. You don't need a big spray, just a little bit. Go on. You can rub that into the cloth and drop it in there. Next, we're going to add some of this licorice root. Licorice is also good for dominating, so we're going to use this, but just a little bit, again, because like I said, in this particular case, it's not such an aggressive spell for this person. If you guys would like to see a more sort of aggressive, dominating spell for a Think of Me spell, leave a comment below and I will get that done for you. Okay, next we're going to add our Willow Bark. Willow Bark I mainly use when I do like dream magic, Think of Me spells. So I'm gonna actually add a good amount of the Willow Bark. And this is the next part that I'm adding. I know I didn't mention it before, but this is sort of like my little secrets powders that I have here. So this is an attraction powder that I'm adding. So now we have our ingredients in here. Let's add our lavender. You want them to have calming, loving thoughts of you. Next, we will add some of our love powder to break it up a little bit. Add a good amount of the Close to Me oil, going in a clockwise motion. You want this person to think of you. You want them to desire to be next to you. Only have you on their mind, right? That's the goal. Let's add a little bit more. Okay, so after that, let's just take some of our rose petals. You know what, I actually feel like putting this pink one, this blush one in here as well. Okay, so now that we have all of this in here, let's give it a mix. As you're mixing, concentrate on the thoughts, the memories that you want this person to have. Only think of you 24/7. They can't eat, they can't sleep, they can't breathe. Only thing on their mind is you. Okay, so we have that mixed. See if I could just show it to you a little bit closer. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is let's take our first mirror. So we're gonna take our first one and put it on top here, okay? So next, let's just go over it with the incense just a little bit more. Let's light our candle. I didn't forget about the petition. For the petition, you can either put it underneath this first glass or put it inside of your work here. So what I'm gonna do first is you have your candle and you have sort of a petition already written on here, right? So what you're gonna do is hold the candle, be very careful, be very safe, and concentrate on this working. Talk to it, spend time with it, and let the wax fall into the water. hold the candle for as long as you can, for as long as you feel safe holding the candle without it being in a holder, and let the wax drop into the work. I'm gonna put my close to me candle close to the work. Just let the wax drop into the work. I have my petition. I'm gonna fold it towards me. Fold it again. And I'm actually gonna drop this into the work like that. Trying to get some of the candle wax on my petition. I won't stay on the whole video and wait till this candle burns down, but I'm just showing you every drop of wax is a thought that you're putting into their head, okay? So be very diligent, be very thoughtful in how you're doing this. So once you're done with your candle, like I said, do it for as long as you feel safe for. If you don't want to hold it at all, at least get a few drips in there and then, you know, put it in a holder, put it to the side. So just for the purpose of keeping this video not too long, because you get the picture, right? I'm just melting the wax into the work. Okay. So I'm just going to put this to the side for now. So what you're going to do is you have your second candle, the mirror, you put that on top. I'm actually going to put the rest of the purple candle on top of that working. Let's see if I can push it a little bit closer to you so that you can see. So their mind, this is their thoughts, their subconscious, this is their mind. This is what we've done to it. We've put in all our thoughts, all our commands, all our demands are in here. The mirrors are to reflect back on each other. There is no escape from only thinking of you 24/7 constantly. And you know, I like to go over it again with the incense. Let me see if I can push this just a little bit closer. There you go. So once this candle is done burning, you can burn a candle a day. I would say for 3 to 7 days. More 3 days. 3 days is good enough time for this working. So get another one of these candles, or if you need a tea light candle, you can use that. But make sure you keep the mirrors on top of the glass. I almost forgot to show you what I'm doing with the pendulum. So I'm going to use the pendulum to open up the target's crown chakra. Okay, so what I would suggest is that you let the candle burn down and then go ahead with your pendulum and concentrate on opening this person's mind, their subconscious, their thoughts, just to you. If you do this for a while, eventually the flame will start to burn your palm. But if you don't mind that, you can just go ahead, concentrate on the flame, use your pendulum. Also, if you want, if you're more comfortable, you can put your candle down. So just move it a little bit more and go ahead with your pendulum. Try to put yourself into a trance-like state so you can connect with your target. Alright, so I just wanted to show you another part. Again, this is optional. You don't have to have this. You can just simply put your intention, put your prayers into the work. All right, so that was a simple Think of Me 24/7 spell. Again, my name is Sultana and I'm with Conjure Collective. Thank you so much for taking the time to hold a vibe here with me today. If you could please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And again, if you guys want to see a more dominating, more aggressive Think of Me spell, go ahead and leave a comment below. And I'll also leave a link to my website so that you can see my ritually crafted products, and you can also go ahead and book a personal spell consultation or reading. All right, everyone, I will see you in the next one.